Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus giving you guys more than the meta. So guys, we're going to be rolling with a new offensive scheme. On offense, it's the West Coast offense, guys. I'm going to be breaking down a two halfback mega scheme where you can run with your halfback and your fullback. There's going to be four different formations we're going to be focusing on this scheme, and this is a scheme that is run first. So it is going to be a pound, pound the ground type of scheme, but we're also going to have a lot of great quick snap plays that you can get easy conversions and first downs. So my opponent, actually, he's got a little bit over 100 games underneath his belt, but one of the things he did is actually usured his defensive end on the weak side of the formation. And one of the things that he did is he played a lot of cover 3 coverage deliberately. He was always running usually some type of cover 3 coverage. So because of that, I would adjust accordingly. You could see he would adjust his play. And one of the things we're going to do is going to jump into this particular play, which essentially is a cover 3 beater. And I know my wide receiver is going to get over the seam, get inside the seam, just because of the way this play is developed, and that's a quick snap play. Now that particular play is out of the I-form slot. It's a post wheel. You can get this in Cleveland Browns too, but in the West Coast offense, which we're using in this game. So it's a great play. It's got a switch concept. I've been using switch concepts pretty much the entire season. Great down in the red zone, and great to attack your opponent if they give up the same. So back at it with the offense with my opponent. Using this play, I've got this counter play that actually gets some really glitchy blocking. Not against this particular opponent because he was using the edge defender the way he was running his defense, so he would actually attack a little bit better than he would. So on defense, they get a turnover on downs, getting the ball back, and get an opportunity to basically put him in a situation. Then I jump into the next money play in this scheme. This gives me really good man and zone beaters. It's got a nice corner route. It's the pistol strong slot double flares. You can get this in pistol West Coast, and also the San Francisco 49ers. That is a great play. You're going to see me going back to it again. And what's great about that particular play is that it's a quick snappers play. Hands down, you run it stock, you don't necessarily make any kind of adjustments. It's going to give you man beaters and zone beaters and stuff like that, so you'll see me coming back to it. And right here, get down the ball down to the 1 yard line, do a little RPO. He's got basically no defender on the edge because he's playing this cover 3, and I'm able to go ahead and capitalize and get another touchdown, go up 14-0 against my opponent. He does get himself a cheap score in this type of situation, so as a result, I'm going to have to go ahead and move the ball down the field. So I'm deliberately staying in this scheme. I didn't want to get into another formation. I just wanted to see if I can move the ball effectively down the field. And the way his coverage is played over the top, so as a result, I check it down to the flares. I'm going to just pick up the yards and get out of bounds. So you can see I still have another 40 yards I need to go ahead and take care of, and I need to hit that. Now, in this previous play, his defender slid out and actually took away that curl, and I noticed when I went to the play art, he's playing cover 4 quarters. So cover 4 actually gives up the seam route with the doubles flare. So I'm going to throw the slot receiver in the middle, Williams, and the defender is going to slide out, and I can actually complete that ball before he gets to the next level because of the cover 4 read that I have. So that's something I'll be showing in my ebooks as I roll these things out and see how they play down in the end zone. This is another play I'll highlight in a future video, which really stretches the ball vertically, actually horizontally when you're playing against your opponent, and it forces them to put a flat guy out there or man coverages and stuff like that. So I structure my plays so I have the ability to go ahead and beat people on man and zone coverages and have reads based on that, and I have the ability, the way I run my coverages, to be able to hit people, kind of determine what kind of a coverage they're going to do. So I get the ball down real close to the end zone. I could have took a shot in the end zone, but I figured I'm going to get the 3 points, get the ball back in the second half, and basically close this guy out with the offense. So you can see he's actually using his defensive end, and basically the way that offensive play works, which is that counter play, it freezes the defensive end and it actually gives you a nice little running lane. So just because he was using his defensive end, it was actually kind of messing up what I wanted to do on offense as far as the running play. So right here, once again, he's showing you cover 3. This is another play concept that I've got basically cover 3 beater on the outside and the inside, but if I threw the inside primarily because I know that's going to be a little bit more precise. So back to the money play once again. You can see the defender pulls up and plays a seam. I'm going to check it down underneath, and I'll take the cheap yards. I'll check down. I'll check down. I'll check down. I'm going to force this guy to defend third downs and shorts type of situations. So you can see he runs commits, anticipating him in a run, and my wide receiver basically just, or my running back wide receiver just fell over and gave this guy a fourth in inches situation. So he actually hits me with a really aggressive blitz. He left my flat defender wide open, or flat wide receiver wide open. And as a result, he actually goes and capitalizes and gets a stop, and he's able to go ahead and score a touchdown, making this game a lot tighter than it has been because essentially I've been in control. So I'm going to just go back to double flares because the way this guy's playing his defense is very deliberate. Once again, he's showing me a cover 3 shell. I hit him a couple times with this play. This is another time I'm going to go and hit that. If the defenders float up, I've got the crossing route underneath it. And right here, I do a nice little inside zone, split play, actually go ahead and flip it the other way. I'm able to go ahead and pick up his blockers, and then I go with another inside run right here. Don't read my holes correctly, and just what I'm doing right now is I'm chewing down the clock and just taking away this guy's life in the game, and just showing him that I can do, basically take it away. So I get in a 4th and 1 situation. He gets a nice little block shed. And the previous play, he sends basically a house. So he sends like 8 people against me. He has his guys manned up. So what I did in this type of situation is block my running backs, and I'm going to look for the corner route with my tight end. That route is great against man coverages, and then I have the stuff on the backside. So as a result, I can read the coverages. I know this guy's going to be a man coverage. I'm going to go ahead and jump into my man beaters with that one play flares, which is basically really effective. Go ahead and put the ball in the end zone and get a touchdown to go and get this guy to quit out. So once again, guys, thank you for your support. I'll be rolling out some more gameplay with this West Coast playbook, but if you guys want to see a breakdown and how I set this stuff up and how I read coverages and how I run my schemes, go to my Patreon. Thank you for support. Until next time.